Welcome to this explainer. I'm absolutely thrilled you're tuning in today because we are diving right into your definitive guided tutorial for the TLanX dashboard. If you're a new platform administrator, you can basically consider this your masterclass. We're going to take that initial login experience and completely transform it from a moment of, slight uncertainty into a feeling of absolute confident mastery over your network environment. So let's just get right into it. Ready for that first login? Well, if we're being honest, staring down a brand new administrative dashboard for the very first time can be kind of overwhelming. I mean, there are menus, metrics, toggles, literally everywhere. It's completely normal to just sit there and wonder, where do I even begin? But seriously, don't sweat it. By the end of this explainer, we'll have broken down every single inch of this platform into clear, functional, and really digestible pieces. You'll know exactly where everything is and exactly what it does. So here is our roadmap for today. First, welcome to TLanX. Second, dashboard health at a glance. Third, day-to-day management. Fourth, securing your network. And finally, number 5, the admin's first loop. All right, let's kick things off with section 1. Welcome to TLanX. The moment you sign in, this is the primary layout you're going to see. Notice that the page you land on is the networks list, which actually doubles as your homepage. The top bar is super minimal, just showing the product title and your account menu over on the far right. But the real star of the show, that's the left sidebar. Literally everything else you need to manage your Mesh VPN hangs right off of that sidebar. Think of it as your ultimate control center. Moving right along to section 2, dashboard health at a glance. Take a look at those stat cards sitting directly above your networks table. We've got the number 6 highlighted for total networks. These stat cards are going to be your best friend. They summarize your entire fleet in a split second, showing total, online, and offline networks or agents, plus your aggregate uploaded and downloaded traffic. And the best part? These update live. They give you an instant, super accurate health read without you having to click into any individual network. It's a real time saver. Right below those stat cards is your networks table, and you'll notice a very specific formatting style under the members column. It might say something like 4/4 with 3 online. All this means is that you have 4 members in that specific network, and 3 of them are currently connected. And to help you slice and dice this data, there's a really handy search box just above the table, paired with topology, layer, and access control filters. Honestly, it makes narrowing down that table an absolute breeze. Okay, into section 3, day-to-day management. So you've checked your health metrics. Now it's time to actually roll up your sleeves and get to work. Let's explore that primary navigation on the left sidebar, which is logically split into 2 very distinct functional groups. It isn't just a random list. It's practically designed for how you actually work. Up top, you have the main navigation. This is where your day-to-day operations live, things you do constantly, like managing networks and devices. Then grouped separately below that is the security section, which is totally dedicated to access and audit controls. We're going to start our deep dive right in that main navigation block. Think of this as your daily toolkit. Networks is your home list. Agents is where every enrolled device lives. You can register new devices by key right there and check their status. We'll touch on agent groups in a second. Then you've got private DNS, handling custom names that resolve inside your mesh. Routing is absolutely crucial for managing subnet advertisements and port forwards for site-to-site access. You also have high availability for redundant gateway groups with automatic failover. And finally, connection metrics for all your historical bandwidth data. Now, I want to pause specifically on agent groups for a minute. Think of agent groups as bundling your devices. Instead of painstakingly applying access control rules to 50 individual devices one by one, which, let's be real, nobody has time for, you just bundle those 50 agents into a single group. Then your ACL rules simply target the group itself. It is a massive time saver and a core part of keeping your day-to-day management efficient. Which naturally brings us to section 4, securing your network. Efficiency is great, for sure, but as an administrator, security is your ultimate responsibility. This section is where least privilege access is strictly, carefully managed. Let's look at a practical scenario. Say you have a teammate who should only be allowed to see certain networks, or maybe they just need read-only access. You should never, ever share the main owner account for that. Instead, you model that specific access using a role, leveraging role-based access control, or RBAC. You can just use the built-in system roles, or get granular and create your own custom roles with specific permission tokens, and assign them directly to your users. Those rules are assigned under the Users tab, which handles sub-accounts. Beyond that, this section houses access control for your per-network firewall rules. There's also access requests, which is fantastic because it lets you quickly review and approve time-limited access grants. And crucially, we have audit logs. This gives you an immutable, unquestionable log of exactly who did what and when. It's total visibility and total control. Dropping down to the very bottom footer of the sidebar, we find two small but super important operational elements. First is the node badge, which might say something like VN2. Because TLanX servers run as an availability cluster, your data is shared across nodes. This badge simply tells you which specific cluster node you're currently connected to. Mostly useful if you're ever running diagnostics or reporting an issue. Second is the Logout button. Since the dashboard uses single sign-on, clicking this ends your session across the entire domain, locking things down securely when you step away. Now here is a feature that truly highlights how globally accessible this platform is. TLanX is fully localized right out of the box, supporting an impressive 20 different languages. You can find the language switcher right down there in the sidebar footer. When you open up the searchable list and pick a new language, the entire dashboard re-renders instantly. There's no page reload, you don't lose your place, it's just seamless. Plus, your choice is remembered per browser, so you only have to set it up once and you're good to go. To give you a sense of the scale here, those 20 languages include everything from English, Vietnamese, and simplified Chinese to Japanese, French, German, Arabic, and Russian. It pretty much guarantees that no matter where your administrative team is based around the world, they can navigate and manage the network in whatever language they are most comfortable with. All right, bringing it home with Section 5, the admin's first loop. We've covered the layout, the daily tools, the security setup, and the settings. Let's see how all this builds into your actual daily routine. The platform creators recommend a very specific workflow when you first log in, giving you a concrete, actionable routine to start your day. Step 1. Check those stat cards at the top for an immediate overall health check. Step 2. Click into a network on your list to actively inspect its members and peers. Step 3. Drop down into the security section to quickly review your roles and access controls. Basically, every single management task you'll do is going to naturally flow from one of these 3 steps. And there you have it. You've successfully navigated the interface. You totally understand the health metrics, you know exactly where to manage daily operations, and you have locked down your security protocols. The dashboard is no longer a mystery, it is your ultimate networking tool. So the only question left for you, as the newly minted administrator of this powerful platform is, what are you going to configure first? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and happy networking.